Hi, welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're here to talk about the movie Love Hurts. It is an action comedy film that is the directorial debut for Jonathan Eusebio, starring Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose. Judging from the previews alone, this movie looks absolutely bonkers with a lot of action-packed fun, and I'm totally all for it. As much as I love a good action movie with some great laughs, this movie looks to be very entertaining. Is it any good? Well, let's talk about it. Movie story follows Marvin, a Milwaukee realtor who receives a crimson envelope from a former partner in crime whom he left for dead. Now he finds himself thrust back into a world of ruthless hitmen and double crosses that turn his open houses into deadly war zones. Hunted by his brother, a volatile crime lord, Marvin must confront the choices that haunt him and the history that he never truly buried. I'm at a loss for words with just how utterly bland and dull this movie was. It's truly amazing that they managed to make this a soulless film, so to speak. Maybe I expected too much out of it, so that part may be my fault. I really wanted to enjoy this movie, but it's just alright at the most. Obviously, this movie has several issues, but I will touch base on that later. Right now, I want to talk about the great things the movie has going for it, that all include some fun action sequences, the amazing Ke Huy Quan, some great laughs, and that's about it. What I enjoy the most out of this film would have to be the many action-packed scenes that made the movie actually somewhat watchable. They were all brutally intense, and they were very exhilarating and fun. What really surprised me would have to be how bloody and messy it got, because I did not expect this film to get as graphic as it did. I will say that the choreography that went into the many fight scenes was actually pretty amazing. For an action movie, I will say that this film excels in that department, but just don't expect much out of the rest of the film. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this movie is Ke Huy Quan. I've always enjoyed his role since his days as child star. Then he made a fantastic comeback with Everything Everywhere All at Once, which he was absolutely amazing in, by the way. Anyways, his character in this movie is truly a lot of fun, and he's the main standout when it comes to the talent in front of the camera. He does a tremendous job in the action scenes and does a great deal of the film's comedic relief that made me chuckle quite a bit. I wish I could say the same for the rest of the co-stars, but they're all so forgettable. It doesn't help that the movie doesn't work out in their favor, so it's really not their fault. Being a film that's set during Valentine's Day, it's kind of hard to believe some of the chemistry between several characters because they just don't feel natural at the slightest. You can tell that the relationships feel forced and completely unrealistic, making the film more laughably bad than it needs to be. When it comes to the grand scheme of things, this is a terribly written movie. While there may be hints of a story scattered about, there's a complete lack of an actual cohesive plot. Even after watching the movie, I couldn't tell you what it's about. If that doesn't tell you how much of this movie is a nothing burger, then I don't know what to tell you. On top of that, the dialogue was pretty one-dimensional for my liking. As far as the jokes go, they all managed to get some great laughs out of me, so I'll give the movie that. However, don't let that deter you from the fact that this is a embarrassingly written film. With all that said, the movie is just okay at the most. I didn't have the greatest time with it, and I also didn't absolutely downright hate it either. If you really want to check out this movie, it would probably be best if you wait until it hits on streaming or home video. Other than that, just don't go into this movie expecting much out of it. Overall, Love Hurts is a mediocre attempt at making a fun, action-packed film that ultimately stumbles and falls along the way. You can tell that there was some potential for a good film somewhere in there, but it's completely a forgettable film that I'm not going to remember in the next day or so. If anything, this movie is just about as average as they come. I give this movie a C. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up my real reviews.